People, Adam, you have to pan. Who here has ever had to call out for pizza after yet another kitchen disaster? I know myself, and I've created many kitchen faux pas in the past. However, in today's culture, honing in on cooking techniques is a must and attainable by most anyone. Being able to prepare culinary cuisines today is easier than ever before. In my own experience, I've been experimenting with classical cuisine for the past decade. I've also worked at a vast array of restaurants that have helped me come up with ideas and inspiration in my own kitchen. Being able to prepare the 5 mother sauces of French cuisine is an attainable skill that will enhance your home dining experience. Today I'm going to inform you of the 5 mother sauces of French cuisine. I'll tell you first of their history. Next, I'll explain ingredients and techniques. Finally, I'll inform you of pairings and tricks that can help you be successful in the kitchen. For now, let's discuss sauce and its history. In the article, What's Cooking America, the word sauce is a French word referring to relish, which is to make our food more appetizing. However, sauce originated way before that, in the Roman times, 200 AD. The Romans used sauce to disguise bad meat. As you can tell, there was a lack of modern refrigeration. In the book, Master the Art of French Cooking, Julia Child is quoted in saying that sauces are the splendor and glory of French cooking. The 5 sauces are bechamel, roulette, espagnole, tomato, and hollandaise. And the word French and classical are interchangeable. Bechamel, a white sauce, is first noted by a maitre d' in the 17th century, Louis Marquis. Roulette, a bone stock based sauce, is the thinnest of all of them and originated in French in 1651 by a cook named Laval. Espagnole, the brown sauce, not to be confused with Spain, is a brown sauce. It's believed to be called that due to the 16th century timeline where the French were considered blonde and the Spaniards were considered brown. Another interesting fact about Espagnole is that Catherine, King Henry VIII, is attributed to help creating this sauce. Catherine, the wife of King Henry VIII. Tomato sauce, or known by the French as sauté tomato, is probably the most recognizable of all the sauces and the first you've ever tried. Hollandaise, recognized in the 19th century, also called butter sauce, originated in France around the 15th century, although it wasn't recognized until the 19th century. Now that we have introduced you to the 5 mother sauces, let's look at the ingredients and processes of preparation of these delicacies. I have here all of the ingredients, and although they deviate, they are all based off of a few things: an emulsifier, a roux, fat, and a butter base that's reduced. The only other thing you need: a good skillet and a whisk. Bechamel is a roux that is created with dairy. You can use milk or cream. A roux is a mixture of butter and flour. To start your roux, you'll melt the butter in your skillet until it's completely dissolved. You'll then add in flour to make a base, and then slowly stir in your dairy, which would be milk or cream. You'll keep stirring with the whisk, never to turn your back on it, until it's completely dissolved and creates a sauce-like consistency. Roulette, the white stock base, is created with the roux as well. Roulette, you can use stock purchased from the store, or if you're really daring, you can create your own. The easiest way to make stock is to boil bones or fat from animals in water. Espagnole, similar to roulette, is the brown version, except it is created with veal or beef bones or fat. If you add red wine to espagnole, you'll create a demi-glace, once reduced in half. Tomato has 2 versions that are accepted by the French. You can add a roux and create with boiled tomatoes, or you can start with oil in a skillet and saute them in it until they reduce. Hollandaise, the mother-in-law and the trickiest of all the sauces, requires a few more steps. Although it was the last to be added, it certainly has become one of the favorites in America. Now that we have a basic understanding in the construction of the mother sauces, let's consider some tips to help us prepare them successfully. Bechamel is best known in America for mac and cheese and Alfredo. Once you've created your bechamel, all you will need to do is add cheese. This changes the bechamel into a mornay. Be careful to not have too hot of a skillet, for when you add cheese to a bechamel, it can easily separate. Roulette and espagnole are very similar in sauces. All they use is different stock, chicken, typically, or beef from veal and beef, yes. The pairings with them can be interchangeable. Boulette is usually used for gravies, whereas Espagnole is usually doctored up with wine, mushrooms, or bay leaves to create other well-known sauces, such as Bordelaise Robert, or again, a demi-glace. Boulette Espagnole, you can add butter on top, and this will prevent the skin from forming, which can be a good tip for serving. Sauteed tomato or tomato sauce is the sauce that should be started for all beginners. It's one of the easiest to use and the most favored by Americans. To create this, boil tomatoes to get the skin off, and simmer for 40 minutes to get the acid out. Like all sauces, tomato is best with adding in garlic, wine, or cheese. Hollandaise, the richest and creamiest of all the sauces, is best paired with asparagus, fish, and eggs. This sauce carries a lot of flavors, so you can get crazy with it and add things like sriracha or Parmesan cheese to whatever flavor profile you'd like to build. The best trick in making hollandaise sauce is don't turn your back on it. It ruins and curdles quickly. Now that we've discussed in detail the 5 mother sauces and their uses, we've discussed terms that seem foreign, because they are, but the creation of these sauces is attainable by all home cooks and a skill worth adding to your kitchen repertoire. This info should offer some insight to the classical sauces. Take your time, experiment, and you should be able to master these sauces in no time. Okay, I totally skipped on how to make hollandaise. Like I didn't even explain how to make it.
That's all right.
That matters.
You're at 6